Hello, this is Sarah, the Stitchin Mommy, and it's Monday, June 5th, 2023. Here for my weekly cross-stitching update. We're finally into June. It feels like this year has just flown by, and at the same time it feels long. I don't know, got a lot of stuff done this year so far. School year is over for my older two, my elementary school. Girl is still in school, so she's still at school this week. Big brothers are rubbing it in. But it's a little, they're downstairs, so hopefully they won't be too noisy. Let's get into it. So start with my travel stitching. I have temperature quaker, which is one of my designs. In my Etsy shop, I've got lots of these temperature pieces and other things. I was able to finish up the month of May yesterday. So this is where this is at, 25 count vintage cloth in the color Prim, 1/1 full cross. And yeah, so finished up May. As you can see, like this part and the center were the last few days in May that I had to finish. They're all blue. Top of June is blue. We finally got some green going on there, but today and tomorrow and the next day are going to be probably blue again. It's still very, like the days you see that are blue, we don't see the sun, which is very unusual for Southern California. So I'm used to it from when I lived in Oregon, but it's very strange. I'm enjoying the cooler weather though. It is quite nice to not be battling that, but it is weird. So I'm into June. June's portions are a little smaller, so hopefully I'll be able to get them done in the car to and from church like I usually do. May's I've had to do at home, finish them at home because they've been a little bit too big just for the car stitching. Yesterday I had to do it all at home because we had to drive separately this week. That's what I'm looking for. So I was using flea market flowers for my school pickup travel stitching in May, and then I was supposed to switch to Advent Animals in June and completely forgot. So June 1st, I had 3 separate pickups, lots of travel time, and it wasn't until I was in the midst of the 3rd one that I realized, oh yeah, it's June. I'm supposed to be working on Advent Animals. I just got on a roll with this one and I kept working on it. It was just a grab and go for the week, and that's what I did. So I'm really close to finishing July's block, which is fun. So here is this one. This is vintage cloth, 25 count vintage cloth in the color Barley, 1/1 full cross, all the called for DMCs. Got this flower. In the petals, I ended up doing some of these flowers as well, and then started in a little bit on the center. So there'll be 2 colors here in the center. So there is still some time left on this one. It's not going to be like one day. So I went ahead and worked on my Advent Animal for Friday, but it was a very short time in the line, and I wouldn't have been able to finish this then anyway. So I went ahead and just switched, but I will pull this out as and when I can, get that finished up, and pull out my Advent Animals as and when I can. These projects will get a lot less attention here in the summer because there's just not that much time. There's the school pickup time this week is very small. The rest of the summer is non-existent. So there will be occasional like trips and things where I'll get some travel stitching, but it's sporadic. So in general, my travel stitching does take a hit during the summer. So this is the Whip Go piece. First Whip Go piece I pulled for June is PR Penguin, and I was actually pretty excited when I actually finally pulled this out. It's very simple. There's a lot of stitching in here, but it's very simple. Like black all around the edge, fill it all in with white, couple little extras, and we're done. So hopefully it won't take too long. Here is all I got to. Just a tiny bit of a start on the black in the penguin, and this was one day in the car. This is the amount I will probably get each day this week. Not very much. So we'll see. When I might get behind on these this summer, but yeah, I'll have to just wait and see how it goes. That's kind of what happened last year too, which is why I didn't finish the year in stitches last year, because summer is just, there's just not as much time to stitch on these extra little travel pieces. So I did work a tiny bit on my frosted pumpkin stitch along on when I talked with my sister on Friday. Probably we'll be able to do this again this week. We'll see. So this is their year-long stitch along that started at the end of May, and they'll be putting out a new clue every 4 weeks, and so not strictly every month like they used to do. So it's going to end, I think the last one comes out in February. So this one has a little herald with a trumpet and then a knight on a unicorn. So I am stitching mine on 28 count even weave, 1/1, full cross with my own threads. So I got that white banner string stitched, and then I stitched her trumpet and a start on her feather. So not a whole lot. Oh yeah, I did the feather in her hat too. It's kind of hard to see. I wonder if I put it next to this, if it will be any better or worse. Not really any better. The white is a little bit hard to see. So hopefully when other things get around it, it won't matter so much, because this is kind of a lighter blue. So, yeah, not a lot going on here yet. And I'm not getting a ton of time on it. So hopefully I won't get too far behind on that one either, if I only have visiting time to work on it once a week. So we'll see. Just got to be flexible when life is busy, and that's how it goes in the summertime. All right, so that's all those pieces. I didn't have any bonus stitching this week, and I will not have bonus stitching this whole month, really. And that's what I mean when I have like a second little piece that I do for a little bit in the afternoon at home. So travel stitching doesn't count as bonus stitching to me. That's like separate grab and go kind of situations. A bonus piece at home, I'm not going to do that through the month of June. My Mill Hill kit, I like doing it on Mondays usually because I will have dinner at my in-laws and don't have to cook that day, so it makes it I generally have some time Monday afternoon to do a little bit on that. The whole month of June is going to be weird. I won't have that time, no dinner making on Mondays. So I'm just going to scrap that for the month, and all the other projects Finery of Nature, supposed to work on it on the 1st, did not. Again, the 1st was crazy. So much going on. And completely forgot about it until last night. And I realized, oh yeah, I was supposed to work on that. Didn't happen. I'm not going to go get it out. It's over and done with. And that's okay. So that would have been a bonus piece as well. So because those two things aren't happening, and I've decided going forward, I'm just going to put things in for a whole day. Whatever time I get on that day is what I get on it, whenever that happens to exist. So things like travel stitching or chatting with people on, FaceTime, that sort of thing is going to be extra. But other than that, I'll just have one piece per day that I'll kind of plan for. So I actually finished up my goal on cat alphabet. It took me a while. I did a little bit of stitching, or I had it for my regular day, all day on Monday before I filmed last week. I filmed on Tuesday. Then I did a tiny bit on Tuesday and then a tiny bit on Saturday because I just didn't have time to come back to it. This is cat alphabet, and this is the one I was working on last week. Not the week we just had, the week before that. And I wanted to get that top row of 10 by 10 squares complete, and had just a little bit more to do on it. So I got that accomplished, which is good because it feels good to put it away with a nice goal. So not a ton more since you saw it. 66 stitches on Tuesday and 88 on Saturday. But I will do a before. This is 28 count 1/1 on Ivory Lugana. And I'll do the before for the beginning of the rotation because the total was 1,596 stitches in the month of May. So that was good. That'll go away for now. Bring it back out next year, most likely. Kind of pick my 10 favorites and work on them for a week, and then everything else gets a day in full coverage February. That's kind of the plan at this point. I just have too many things to focus on everything. Then the last Tuesday and Wednesday and a little bit on Thursday, I worked on Mayday Merriment by Joan Elliott and got a fun goal done on this one too. So here is this one. You can find this in this magazine, which is the July 2010 Cross Stitch Gold, and or on her Facebook group. There's a slightly different version of this that's available on her Facebook group in the files section. I'm changing mine from this original one by converting it to fancy floss. So it's different, and I think this girl is going to be an orange. This one of these strings is orange. So because of the colors I had available when I was kitting this up, I didn't have a periwinkle purpley blue and a different kind of blue. I think I just had one blue and then I changed one to coral. Oh, that's also why, because this is kind of the color of my fabric. And so in order to make the dresses stand out, I switched it out. I didn't want a dress that was the same color as the fabric. So here's my threads. And I'm using Color and Cotton 32 count Jobelin in Spring Morning. And here it is now. Everything is 2/2. And I started out by doing her hair, and then I did all the skin on the top. So they still have some feet down here that's, quite a ways down, but all their, see, there's a face and her arms. There's a face and a chest. There's a face and her chest and arms. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4 more girls besides this one. 5 total. Yeah, so that'll be fun. See, here's the coral color coming in that I thought would be better than the lighter blue that would be the same color as my fabric. So, yeah. So not a lot of color added, but I have some structure in here for next time I come work on this. I'll probably put in, the different colors of hair, finish the faces, things of that nature. And then I can maybe tape some copies of the pattern together to work down into the dresses more. So, yeah, I think that'll come out most likely again in May next year. And maybe I'll put it in for some more time too, so that I can see this closer to a finish, because it's pretty small. I think I could knock this out sooner than some of my other Fancy Lady projects. Then I moved on to High Hopes, which is my focus piece for June, or not really focus for the whole month, but the piece I want to try to move along to a finish, one of my smalls. This is a lot more stitching than I would have liked. I kind of knew going into it that the likelihood of a finish this month with the time I had was low, and I'm very sure I won't get it finished this month. But I will work on this again this week. Give it 4 days. No bonus stitching to distract me. Some of these days I worked on it this week. I did a little bit of something else that day to just finish some goals. So I won't have that this week. So hopefully I can focus on this and get as much as I can done on it. So here is this one. It's 32 count. I was thinking probably willow green, 2/2 full cross for everything. Called for DMC, except for the white. They called for pearl cotton. I'm just doing regular DMC. And there's a few little specialty stitches, some over 1, but a lot of it is just cross stitching. So I got all the white finished, which was my main goal this last week, which is great. And then I started in on the dark green and I'll color complete that as well. That was already started up here. But when I was looking at the next, there's still some bits in this border that are not done. I didn't realize that. But when I went to see what color should I do next, I noticed this dark green that I'd already started is a lot of other places. So it'll be on another color that'll be a good like place marker for future scattered stitches. And it's used a lot. The symbol is easy to find. So I thought that'd be a good one to do next. So I'll work on that dark green all the rest of the places and then see what comes next. So that's that one. I work on that Wednesday through Saturday. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Yep, 4 days. So we'll see. Probably not a finish, most likely not a finish, but I'm excited to see the progress and how far I can get. Maybe it'll be a finish next year. That's kind of the hope. I think, oh yeah, and Celtic Ladies was my seasonal Sunday stitch. So I pulled this out just yesterday. Yesterday was kind of crazy and I had to do my temperature piece at home. So it got 192 stitches, which is a little less than I've gotten on this piece in the past days in May, but I got a whole color done in her hair. I'm down here in the summer quadrant now. And so at least that's good, a nice goal to do. So next week, I'll probably do like the next color in her hair because spring has 2 colors done in her hair. So I want at least one more and then I can start working on her face. So here's spring and I worked in summer. This is 32 count Jobelin. Nope, just kidding. 32 count linen in lamb's wool. That's the word I was looking for. 2/2 full cross. And so I got all of this brown done. Each of the ladies has a different coloring so that she's got brown hair and kind of a medium skin tone. So that'll be fun to get more done on her. I'll work on her again this coming Sunday. Lord willing, that's the plan. I think I should be able to work on her this coming Sunday. So she will hopefully get 4 days total in the month of June. She's already gotten 1, the summer quadrant. So that's good, a good start on her. So I think that's everything I worked on. Hopefully this will be kind of fast. I don't have a lot of time. But I'm excited to move forward into kind of a simple week. I hope I'll do High Hopes for 4 days, Celtic Ladies on Sunday. I will pull out my first of 4 family pieces because I'm going to go back to that on Mondays. This first one, I'll do Simpsons today, hopefully. And I'm thinking I'll probably try to, I might do some confetti stitches to finish blocks from the top down, like typewriter method. But I will also probably pick a solid color at some point to do some fill-in to get some solid progress made. Visible progress made, that's the word I'm looking for. Because sometimes I work on this and y'all can't see it. So here is this one. This is this tiny version. Here's my hand. My hands are small. This is 40 count Vertil 1/1 half cross. So I have, I think, more up here that needs to be like the edge stitches that will need to be picked and stitched, but I'll probably pick something like maybe Maggie's face or, you know, something that I can fill in and get some nice quantity of numbers as well as a few more outline stitches. So that's my starting point on that. Hopefully this is still a surprise. So this is for my husband. He doesn't know about it and I'm hoping to keep it that way. 1 or 2 of my kids might have seen me work on it and they'll be like, oh, and I'll be like, shh, don't say anything. So, he often has some times in the evenings when he plays a video game with his brother. And so I'm hoping if he doesn't do that tonight, I may switch this with a different project and work on it a different evening when he's doing that. Cause I know for sure I've got a chunk of time when he's not gonna come in and bug me and I have to hide it really quick. So if he doesn't play tonight, I might work on my next piece tonight and then switch that to Tuesday, or, you know, whatever. So one day this week, I hope to get some progress done on that. Tuesday, I'm planning to start, I put this in my bag upside down, my letter E fairy, which is my next fairy I'm doing for my nieces. I did mine, and then I did H, E, F, L, and F was just finished, and now I'm going to start the second E. I framed my F, and it's been gifted, so I will insert here the little video I took on Wednesday of the framed piece, so enjoy that. Hello, it's Wednesday, May 31st, and I have a quick thing to share that I'll add on to my next video because I just framed my letter fairy for my niece, and I'll be gifting it to my mother-in-law this afternoon or evening, so I won't be able to show it to you. And I didn't get it framed before my last video, so trying to get it with no glare. So this is a nice 8x10 frame. These fairies are nice because while they're all slightly different dimensions, they all will fit in an 8x10 frame. So I get a fat eighth, a fabric, and 8x10 frames that you can find in the store, and it works great. This is from Walmart, and it has like a velvet back with a hinge. You can either stand it up on a table or there's hooks to hang it, so it's like very versatile. This one also came with a piece of, like, I should have brought it up to show you, like a little filler of some in there, so I knew it was a little bit had some give to be able to have the folded up cross stitch inside. So you can even, you know, open these up in the store sometimes and double check what's inside. So there's enough room to put the fairy in there. Hello, Smokey. She was napping under the bed, so came out to see what was going on. Yeah, so I like to lace my designs on mat board, so it's fairly thin, and then it can fit in there pretty nicely. So this is like a dark gray-brown color, so it kind of went well with especially the gray back stitching, but also even the brown F doesn't look too bad with it, so very nice. I'm excited for this, and I hope she loves it. So with that, I will get you back to your regular film. And now I get to enjoy starting a new one. So I already bought all the fabric for all of these I need to do, so they're ready to go. I just pull them out. I'll probably need to iron this, roll it up, and but I have a color conversion for purples. The fairy will be purple, and I'm going to do the E in wood tones with the inlay here more in like mossy green. So it'll be a little different, but I'm thinking it'll work. I hope it will work. So we'll see. I'll get started on that hopefully on Tuesday. And then the rest of the week I'll work on high hopes to see how far I can get done on that. So yeah, I'm really excited. I'm hoping by giving these fairies a whole 4 days every month, I'm hoping every Tuesday I'll work on them. They'll make enough progress that I can finish 2 in 1 year. So that's kind of my hope on that one. All right, I think that's everything. So kind of a short one today, but life's busy. A little bit less stitching might happen in the next couple months, but we'll do what we can, and I'll share with you what I'm able to do. Hope you're having a wonderful start of your June, whatever that looks like for you, and have fun stitching. Bye.